Boys, welcome back to Top Rope Commentary.
Welcome.
I am Sage, joined as always by
Devonte.
And we are doing a predictions video. Not just one prediction video, not just two prediction videos. We're doing three. A best of three for the weekend, because this is a big weekend in wrestling.
We have Clash at the Castle.
Oh my god, he's got the sword from Sekiro.
I mean, Drew McIntyre's Claymore is, a Claymore, but
that's a katana. So we got Clash at the Castle, we got Worlds Collide, we got All Out. We are doing a prediction series. The winner of which, not the winner of like who gets the most matches overall, the winner of the best 2 out of 3 for pay-per-views receives a championship belt.
Exactly. We play not only for bragging rights, we predict, we use our minds, we try to tap into the mentality of WWE, AEW. Like, we're going to start branching out with these, and the predictions champion shall be.
This is a placeholder until we get the actual Top Rope Commentary official championship belt.
Coming very soon.
But we will have the AEW World Championship belt
as a nice stand-in.
As the placeholder. If you watch like the podcast episodes that aren't the prediction stuff, it will be in the background on that side.
It'll be closer to the Smackdown GM because I'll win it.
That's the only one I think you'll win is maybe Worlds Collide, because I don't watch NXT much.
I match my roster all gold, like, so that's GM has to do it proper.
So we're starting with Clash at the Castle because that is the first show of the weekend. And why not? Let's just jump right into the first match, man.
Go ahead. Seth freaking Rollins.
He's not booked as that. He's not billed as that anymore.
Hey, he's still Seth freaking Rollins. He even calls himself Seth freaking Rollins.
He's not billed Seth freaking Rollins. They got rid of the freaking.
They don't build him as the architect, though. They don't build him as the Messiah. Like
they were billing him as Seth freaking Rollins for a long time, though.
I mean, they built. It was on his WWE.com. Like he'd respond to it.
It's not on there anymore, though. But he is facing bitch ass Matt Riddle.
Not bitch ass. He's Riddle. Hey, he also had a name change recently.
I
think Riddle's gonna come out with a new attire. I don't think he's gonna be barefoot this time. I think he might have like taped like.
He's gonna go like Rusev with the feet.
Yeah, because I feel like this isn't gonna end in like normal circumstances.
No, it's set up for Hell in a Cell next month.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be like. I don't want to say a DQ because I feel like a DQ would be a cheap way to like out this. But I definitely
Hell in
feel
a
like
Cell
Seth
probably won't be next month because Hell in a Cell was earlier this year.
Yeah, they had Hell in a Cell. I feel like they're gonna bring back No Way Out, and it'll. Seth Rollins and Riddle like should headline it in the Lions Den. That would be cool. Like to like actually like emphasize No Way Out, because it's like the biggest like begrudging like feud that's going right now that actually has like the teeth like to bear a No Way Out.
I'll say between that and Roman and Drew, that's like the two. But Roman's not going to be at the next pay-per-view, most likely. We'll get to that. Who's your guess? Who's your prediction?
I think I kind of give away a little bit, but I got to go with Seth freaking Rollins.
Okay. I'm
going because I think this is... Riddle's talked way too much about Cody, like Randy and Roman. Like Seth is really in Riddle's head, and I feel like this is going to be the win where we start to see, like, cocky Seth again. Like he's gonna basically like start to like avoid her, like I already beat you, I injured you, and now I beat you, there's nothing more I need, and it's gonna fuel Matt Riddle even more, which I feel like is gonna eventually lead into Randy Orton coming back after seeing a more vicious side of Matt Riddle.
Okay, I kind of disagree in a way. I think Rollins gets the win, but I don't think it's the way you think. I think he gets the win by DQ after what we saw on Monday, with him bringing Riddle's family into this. I think Riddle snaps. We get that vicious side. He beats the shit out of Rollins, gets disqualified, sets up a grudge match at the next pay-per-view, a stipulation match, whatever that stipulation may be.
See, that's where I...
Loser leaves Raw, maybe.
See, it's going to be that snap, but I think Seth is looking for that snap because, like, Riddle is going to basically, like, get, like, pulled off by, like, the ref or something like that. The ref is going to try to, like, interfere, and Riddle's going to try to, like, throw him away, and Seth is going to, like, low blow him or something like that, right into a curb stomp, and then Riddle is going to, like...
So the interesting part is, either way, we both have Seth Rollins as the winner.
We do. So now we move on to Edge and Ray versus the Judgment Day.
So, I have the Judgment Day winning this. Via Dominic Mysterio turning.
Via Dom.
I think Dom turns because he wants to be with his Dommy Mommy. Real.
I mean, that's where everybody's saying it's headed, and I think it sets up Judgment Day winning because like Rhea's like really the star of it, but they're pushing like Priest as kind of like the leader, like post,
which
Edge.
is kind of weird because Baszler.
I mean, you would say Baszler, but it makes most sense that it's Priest because Priest was the first person Edge brought in. So
yes.
like Edge, so like Priest taking over like after Edge, like makes sense. Which I think Edge and Ray are going to win, and Dominic turns after. Like I think Dom's gonna like show up, and it's gonna be like a red herring situation, or like
they tease it, it doesn't happen in the match, and then it happens after.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can see
because
that.
because he we can't forget like he pushed off Edge like Dom versus Edge is eventually gonna happen like down the line like after like Dom and Ray like
yeah. Okay. So now we get to Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka versus Damage Control.
Damn, are they officially being like damn?
I think they are officially called Damage Control now. That's at least how they were billed on Raw.
They reference. I know they reference Damage Control, but just like each time they come out, they always they say all three names. Yeah. And I'm like, they need to like at this point they need a
they need a faction name. But Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky.
Yeah,
my bad. Who you got and why?
This one, I'm actually going with Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. Choice. I feel like this is the lead up to Bayley like pinning Bianca and like trying to stake a claim at the Raw Women's Championship, and basically,
I fully agree. I fully agree. I know you have your theory as to what Bianca's story right now is, sort of Bianca, going through the horsewomen.
Yes, she's going to be like she wouldn't be the first to go through.
I think it'd be Asuka.
Yeah.
I think Asuka's the first to go through all four.
Yeah, weirdly enough, I was gonna say Alexa Bliss too.
Bliss probably had. No, Bliss hasn't beat Charlotte. Charlotte beat her. Natural selection in a surprisingly good match at Survivor Series.
And I think that's like it's always building up. Like she's like having 1 year feuds with like each horsewoman.
Yeah. So,
and I think Charlotte's gonna be like the end all like big bad for her. Like she already had Sasha, which led to Mania. And then after that came Becky, and then that led to the next Mania, and then post that.
All right, so my guess is the same as yours, and it's kind of the same reason. I think Bayley pins Bianca, and it sets up the next feud. I think I think you're right. She is going through all of the horsewomen.
I was gonna say I see that we're towing like a little bit some of like the same lines. I see we
It is gonna be crazy if we get through the entire card and we only have one difference, and that's the match that decides Clash.
Well, see,
I'm pretty sure we have at least two. I think the main event we have differing views on here, but
yeah, I think, but also I think we should like hedge. Like I'm willing to hedge a few fun like bets, like as far as like doing like little kind of like on our next like recording session.
I do have one for All Out, not just the winner of the Casino Ladder match, but also who's the Joker.
Yeah, I was gonna say like because for the main, are we gonna do like is there a potential like cash in, and then I was gonna say for this one, are we saying is there a potential Sasha Banks and Naomi?
Oh, screw it. Let's do it. Let's throw out. We'll add that as I'll just throw up a picture of Banks and Naomi real quick. Do they show up?
Because I think they show up. I think like it hits a moment where like Bayley has just got they've just got Bianca cornered. Like it's like they've worn out. Like have Bliss start the match and Bliss be like your Iron Woman for the match, and then kind of have Asuka come in there as kind of like the fire, and just kind of
Okay.
like, you know, have her rapid runs, but like it's all basically like weighing on the shoulders of like Bianca. Bianca's the one diving in there, breaking up pinfalls. She's the one in there, you know, hitting like the big moves from like time to time. Like she's like the glue essentially. So then once like, you know, whoever takes the pin, like even if it is like, because if it is Bianca that takes the pin from like Bayley, and then just have them just start mauling her, like Asuka and Bliss are just like wasted on the outside. And then because if you hear that, like if like Bianca's getting like beat down and you hear like, they should play Naomi's music though.
They should play the Team Bad theme song with the Unity.
Oh, we need to stay far away from that.
That's the Street Profits theme song. They use the same theme. Fun fact. I dropped the title. I pulled a Mox.
No, but like, yeah, if they hit Sasha Banks music, like the crowd will.
Oh, they'll blow the roof off. I don't even know if there is a roof on this stadium, but
It's the O2.
I don't think it's the O2.
No,
It's in Cardiff.
It's Wales, yeah, Cardiff, Wales.
Yeah.
But
I say no. I think that they are holding them off a little bit longer, although it would be huge. And I'm partially saying no to have some disagreement here because points. But I think they hold them off to confront Aaliyah and Raquel because they were the last women's tag team champions.
and I think they get back to that. But if you having Bianca lose this time, and then having it mainly be, you know, Bianca versus like Bayley and kind of like carrying over, you can have like these like 6 women like continuously like feuding until the next one, and then at the next pay-per-view have it be Bianca and Bayley for the women's title, and then
do Sasha Naomi versus Io and Kai versus Raquel and
you do
Aaliyah.
like a triple threat, or you have them on the go home. You have the tag teams do a number 1 contenders for the pay-per-view.
Okay.
And that way it kind of like leads into that. And like, because you could stretch, if you flip out Alexa Bliss and Asuka and you put in like Naomi and Sasha, you can give this 6 woman like another, like at least until Survivor Series, or maybe like the first like December. Like you can extend this like through, because then at the next one, whichever the one it is in October, they can have imagine if it was Bianca, Naomi, and Sasha versus Bayley, Dakota, and Io in War Games.
That'd be good.
Like if they did a women's War Games.
I think that's what they're building to.
If they, I mean,
main roster War Games, which that'd be sick.
If it's main roster War Games, I'm going to be so heated that the New Day can't be in it, because the New Day should have been like, if it's any main roster,
The Bloodline versus the New Day would have been sick.
If they're gonna do that, please save that for Big E. Like have Big E come back and be like, "Oh, you thought we was done? Oh, you thought my title was taken unjustly? Like, oh, I still want my King Woods push."
I'm not saying. I feel like Woods would have more of a claim to Roman than E. E didn't lose the belt to Roman. He lost the belt.
I mean, he lost the belt, but Roman's got it now.
To Lashley.
Like, he lost it, but he's like, I don't care who got it. You got it, and I need it.
All right. So, the next match for the SmackDown Women's Championship, I feel like we both have the same idea here. Shayna Baszler versus my favorite woman in WWE, Liv Morgan. I got Liv. I think
it's hard for us to go to Liv. Like
it's really hard to go against Liv,
because honestly, I say as far as like with Liv, like, this is her tune-up for Ronda. Like her and like you can if you look at the like, it'll be right here, I guess, before you. Before, like as we like previously talked about it, but if you see Shayna's like eye makeup in it, it looks exactly like Ronda's normally does. Like that giant, like
really bad,
like huge, like swooping hawk wing that she has, like going across. Like,
and she's been talking about breaking Liv's arm and stuff like that. She's been targeting the arm a lot. But I definitely think
she's been targeting the arm. I get, only because like that's Liv's been wearing just the fat brace on it too, so it just looks like an easy target.
Yeah,
but
it is also the story of it got injured against Ronda,
and then but also I think this plays into setting the seeds for Shayna and Ronda. Because Liv is going to go on, and I do think Liv is going to beat Ronda inevitably at whatever pay-per-view they have.
I hope so.
I feel like she is, because it's going to be a hard press, because she's gonna have to fight back to justify that loss. And I feel like it's going to be one of Liv's like better matches. Because then it's going to branch off to Ronda and Shayna, and I feel like with Ronda and Shayna, we're going to get like Cesaro and Sheamus type, like
just
best of 7. Yeah, best of like 7 seasons.
And then they go for the tag titles.
Pretty much, like I feel like that's how you do it, because Ronda's already come at and she's already mentioned that Shayna, like, you used to be vicious, you used to be dominant, and then all these hype package they keep referring to her time in like NXT, and she is the only female to eliminate all her other competitors in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. Like, oh man, God.
And it was just like a pure dominant, like
she then lost it though, didn't she?
I think did she go against Charlotte after? Who did
Charlotte or Becky? She lost that.
Yeah, she lost it, like, because it was a #1 contender elimination.
It's Becky
chamber.
at Mania. That was it, and it was Liv was one. Wasn't Liv the last one in that, and like Liv got or the first one in that, or something like that against her.
Yeah.
And Liv, because Liv took the spot where she got slammed in the cage, and that's when everyone was like, "Oh my God, Liv's awesome." God, they have a long history.
Yeah, it's
gonna be a great match either way. I feel Shayna Baszler, when she's champion, is the most boring champion.
I don't think
because of the like I say this, her matches are always solid, but fucking hell, Triple H books her like Vince did for Roman for so long, where it's just dominant, like no shot of anyone winning, and it's like he did it with Asuka too, and it's like one of those things where I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Tired of it. Asuka was putting on 5-star matches.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, Shayna's dominance, though, it's something that's rarely seen, because we could see that like go on like with like other like superstars who have done it, who've gone on like runs like that. But like as like a champ, like she set the foundation, and I feel like Triple H does it well, because then once that superstar loses, you're just like, oh, okay, like you're a champion now. I'm here. I'm interested to see what you do, because Shayna she didn't lose to Ember. No, yeah, she did.
She lost to Kyrie first, and then she lost to
yeah, because then her and Kyrie had that second match,
and then she got it back, and then she lost it to Rhea Ripley. Bianca never fucking won the NXT Women's title, which is crazy still, by the way.
But honestly, once Bianca hit her stride, she pretty much catapulted to main roster. Yeah. Like she was on NXT for a hot spell, and then after
she was on
literally
NXT for like 2 years as champion.
And then like,
so the next match, Gunther versus Sheamus. Again, I feel like we might have the same one for this. So on the count of 3, we're both going to say it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Gunther.
Sheamus. He is 6 hours from Wales. I'm putting my Sheamus has we can't single out, but like Sheamus, look at me as if I'm singled out. Yeah, it's like Sheamus, like the Celtic Warrior, holds a very special place, like in like nostalgically in my heart. Like watching him debut while I was in like middle school, like he is like I think he even said it, like he's one of the very few ultimate like Triple Crown like winners. Like he's won
it like multiple times.
No, he's won everything.
Yeah. He's won Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, King of the Ring. He's won every title except the Intercontinental
And I think this is what, like, in the, like, because it's going to be a brutal on, like, and then with this, you could go, especially with whatever happens in the main event, you take Gunther to the main event now, especially with Triple H in charge, and, like, you can have him and Sheamus have another rematch back in the States, but if Sheamus wins that in the UK, that's a feel good.
I like that you said, especially with Triple H in charge, because
I think that kicks off the show.
I think so too. I think that's the opening. That's the best match to open with, honestly. Because you asked me, that's gonna be match of the night.
Because can you imagine doing it and like Sheamus is celebrating, and then Pete Dunne hits him with a bitter end? crowd would like be hyped and then go hush.
As
like,
long as he then picks up a mic and says, "My goddamn name's not Butch," and then just walks out.
I mean, Pete Dunne really doesn't talk. He would.
Well,
Ridge
was.
Holland would like be like awestruck, and then he would just shrug and leave. That's all Pete Dunne needs to do is shrug and leave, and then like it, because you can branch off, and then Gunther can go ahead to the main event, and then you can have Sheamus versus Pete Dunne for the IC belt.
So here's my counter. I would hold the belt on Gunther until Mania, where he drops it to Xavier Woods.
See,
because I think that would make the title. I think it would make the. You gotta have longer reigns with some of these mid card belts just for a little bit because of how shitty they've been treated for years now, right? So I'd put a decent length reign on him. Because he's been defending it more often recently. It's been nothing but bangers. I mean, Ricochet's had, he had 2-3 bangers with Ricochet. He's had one with Nakamura. He's going to have one with Sheamus. I'd keep him on that until Mania. And then you tell the story of have Gunther fucking tear through Kofi in a defense. Not like dominant, but like he beats Kofi. You can even give Woods a title match early on where he's not able to win, but he shows that fighting spirit. And then at Mania, he finally gets that because he wants the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, he like that. Like he has it. Like
you talk about.
That's the thing I love about. That's the thing I love about. He has it planned. He wants it like IC first. Like let him know that you can, and then exceed. Like let him know you can, and then like.
But yeah, that's who I would. That's how I would do it. That's why I think Sheamus wins, or not Sheamus. Gunther wins it. I think Sheamus winning would also be great. Don't get me wrong. He's going to put on great matches, but I think Gunther's going to put on better matches.
See, if we're building to like Woods, I think Pete Dunne would even be like a better match like over because I feel like I think
Gunther versus Dunne is the better match out of the.
See, because that's the thing. You could do Gunther Dunne though at like Royal Rumble. You could like
for the belt.
Yeah, like.
But then Dunne can't win.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like. So, Sheamus wins. Feel good moment. Bitter end.
Like, you chill back there?
Bitter end. Pete Dunne hits him with the bitter end. And then, basically, Dunne, puts it out that he's going for the title. You have Gunther move on because now you have Karrion Kross lurking Roman Reigns for, like, whatever title. Or, if Drew wins, like, because depending on one of these titles might be going to Raw. So SmackDown's gonna like need to like at least start fortifying who's gonna be fighting for this main title. So then if you got Cross coming in and then Cross gets cut off by Gunther and then now you got a number one contenders match between Karrion Kross and Gunther to see who goes on to, to eventually face Roman Reigns or Drew McIntyre. Like either one of those pairings like is good in itself. You still got AJ's on Raw, so like you're gonna have to start like
the draft is happening,
but they're talking about not a draft to like after like maybe Survivor Series. Like they
don't even have consistent rosters right now. You go to the roster page, half of their wrestlers are listed on both shows.
Yeah, so like that's the thing. Like Survivor Series is really gonna come down to like. It's just going to be like all of it is really going to be champion versus champion. And then they're probably going to do a battle royal that
there's only
the
like
winner...
2 brand specific titles right now. You got the women's titles and then you got the mid card titles. The tag titles are unified.
I think the tag titles will be.
And then the world titles are unified.
But see, that's also the thing after because. I think we already got to go ahead and talk about it now. We've been alluding
main
to
event time. We got Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. I think we were both split, Matt. I think we're both split on this, actually. I'm with McIntyre. I think you give McIntyre... They've been building it. McIntyre's the one guy I think can beat Roman.
He is, and
even though it should have been Seth Rollins.
I don't think it should have been Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was too early.
No, I mean like because they never went back to it.
I mean, I feel like there's still a possibility to go back to it after like this. Because this Seth Riddle is going to lead to Riddle Orton, and I feel like Seth's going to work his way back. Because we got to think about it. By the time Rumble comes back, that's when Cody's going to be back. So can you imagine, like, at Rumble, it'll be a rematch from this past Rumble, Seth versus Roman, and then Cody's in the Rumble, and then Cody wins the Rumble. Seth beats Roman for whatever title he has.
You gave me so much shit for saying I wanted Seth versus Cody at Mania again, and you're like, ooh, but we've seen that match. Fuck you. I don't care that we've seen the match.
We've seen it like 1,000 times.
We've seen it 3 times.
If we're gonna write it,
and it's a banger every time. It's a 5-star match.
Because at this point, like, I said, if it was just Rollins versus Cody at Mania, no. If it's
for a title,
like, that makes it a little, but it still makes it so predictable as to who's gonna win, because Rollins has no merit against Cody.
It should be predictable as to who wins.
Not that
in this situation.
Not in this, like,
no matter who Cody's against.
I mean,
Cody winning the big one has been like the story that they've been working towards. But if it's
Cody versus Kevin Owens at Fastlane. I'm trying to think of something that's not like right next to Mania. What, like, Elimination Chamber. If it's Cody versus Kevin Owens at Elimination Chamber for the title, you can think Cody might win, but Cody can lose that till eventually make his way back to.
I'm talking about at Mania for the title. It's obvious Cody's winning no matter who he's against.
Depending on if there's a Madison Square Garden show before Mania, he's winning at Madison Square Garden.
I can see that.
He'll defend it at Mania and probably lose it to somebody at Mania, because Cody will be the type to be like, I have a moment at Mania last year. I got my moment in Madison Square Garden. I don't mind dropping the title.
So you think Roman's winning this? Because we don't know if it's... Obviously, we are filming this before SmackDown.
Yeah.
Because I have to do editing.
I think because the biggest X factor here is Theory. Like, Theory is still like an X factor.
Honestly, well, there's still they were talking about it only being for one title, but that's not been announced yet.
No,
they could announce it tonight for whatever reason.
Can you imagine if Theory cashes in to take one title back to Raw?
I'd be all for it. And then because he's feuding with his papa. He's feuding with Johnny wrestling.
Yeah, but then Johnny's not winning that though. Off of they're gonna.
Sir, this is Triple H's.
It's Triple H. That's how I know Johnny's not.
Johnny world. Johnny was his golden boy
because it wouldn't fit the story. That's how I know That's how I know Johnny wouldn't win. Because
Johnny is Triple H's golden boy.
For Johnny to like just come back, and for Theory to drop that promo that he did last week, earring to the fact that Johnny might be like, jealous of this immediate success Theory has had on the roster and achieving some of the things Johnny has already wanted to achieve, and then on top of that to win the world title, to rub it in his face even more. And if they have like an immediate first match and Johnny like wins it, that would like it would completely erase any credibility Theory would ever have.
You fucking with my pen over there.
Oh yeah,
that's my notebook.
I didn't say this is the red pen.
I know. This is my special pen.
Oh,
but anyways, so do you think he's cashing in tonight or not tonight? Tomorrow night?
No, I don't. I don't think he cashes in.
I also don't think so. I think he holds it a little longer.
Well, I don't think he cashes in, but he shows up. He shows up and tries to cash in.
Like teases a cash in type deal where he'll go to cash it in and he gets hit. And
what if he cashes in on McIntyre and takes one of them?
I would fucking go insane. Well, what do you think? What's your official prediction?
I think he tries and fails.
So that is it for Clash at the Castle predictions.
Ooh.
Of course, this is video 1 of the 3-part series. Tune in tomorrow, which is the day of Clash of the Castle. We will have Worlds Collide. We will have All Out.
Oh,
I'm kind of hyped.
They didn't put Power Man 5000 as the theme song. Missed opportunity.
For Worlds Collide?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you soon.
See you.